So I just finished doing the Viennese Ball, which is a huge event in New York. If you want to
Anything you want to talk about?
okay, and then we can talk.
Okay.
Just hang up.
Just
hang
still
up.
goodbye.
Be rude. This is Raluca Fuchs. Gold Fuchs or just Fuchs?
Gold Fuchs.
Gold Fuchs. She just told me the funniest story, which I don't want to be wasted on you guys. Why should you be at a disadvantage that I should laugh at a story and you shouldn't? We were talking about Periscope. Raluca's husband is Christian Fuchs, who plays for Leicester City. Can we just say Leicester, or did you say Leicester City?
Leicester.
Leicester.
Yeah.
Listen, when you know as much about soccer as I do, you could just say Leicester. You don't have to say Leicester City. And Raluca works with Christian on various events, and she fired up for the first time.
Yep.
First Periscope. Fired it up, and there she goes. And tell people what happened.
And I see the numbers increasing, and they go from 100, 300, 600, and I get
That's good, you know. That's great. That means 600 people are watching.
Yes, and that made me really nervous. It wasn't one person. But they start talking to me, texting. I see stuff on my phone, and everyone says, I can't hear. And as the numbers increase, and the more I can't hear I get, I just hang up. I cannot deal.
You got nervous.
I got so nervous. I'm like, goodbye, because I didn't know how to make them hear me.
I love that.
Yes.
It's so funny.
It's intimidating.
So, Raluca, so what do you do when people can't hear? I'm like, keep going.
Well, when you're talking to someone, they say, I can't hear you, you hang up. And
you call again.
But I can't call
Periscope
back.
is its own beast. That's
Yeah.
really. What was the event?
This was a soccer academy that we were hosting in England. It's called Fuchs Soccer Academy. And we have it in England twice a week. We have it in New York once a month. And we also have it in the summer once a week here.
It's a teaching academy?
Yes. He teaches, kids actually get to play with a professional soccer player. And it's not fake when a lot of academies sell, we have a professional, they don't have a professional.
Yeah.
He actually takes the time, gives back to the kids that love soccer, and shows up and trains with them.
And why does he do that?
Because he cares. It's that simple. He just wants to give back. And he doesn't want to teach kids how to play soccer, but he gets kids that already know how to play so that they can enjoy it, they can improve.
And how much do they get from it? Are they blown away by the fact that here's this tall, strapping, gorgeous,
Most people know who he is, and that's why they sign up, and that's why they come. And then when they see him sweating with them, they get so excited.
Oh,
they go home and they say, I can't believe he was there. So they do get excited. The parents get excited. Sometimes the moms get too excited.
Right.
And I don't like that.
Of course not.
But yeah, he just wants to give back. He's that type of guy that won't relax in his free time. He's like, what can I do now, and how can I make something happen?
Now you have an 8-year-old son.
Yep.
And are you guys pushing soccer on him, or does he love soccer?
It just clicked this year.
Okay.
He was trying every year, 5, not happening, 6, 7, it wasn't clicking. He was not good. I have to admit, he wasn't good. But finally this year it clicked, and he's doing it. He got picked by a team through assessment. So we didn't tell the team anything. They came, they evaluated him, and I was like, yeah, he's good enough.
They didn't know who you were?
No. I told my son not to mention it because I don't want them to know.
Right.
And I want it to be fair.
Okay.
So he got picked, and now he's playing twice a week in New York on a team. And
Wait, do they now know who his father is?
I refuse
to tell them. They still don't know?
No, I don't want to tell them.
One day, he'll just, Christian should just show up during the game.
He came once, but he was undercover.
Okay.
With a hat on, just watching what they were doing, and we left very quietly. Yeah, I don't believe in having the kids, being privileged.
Yeah.
You just tell them, do your job and be good because you're good.
Right.
Not because your father's somebody.
The last time we spoke, I know you mentioned this here too, you were saying something about him breakdancing. You told me that last time also. Right. Is it possible, maybe he's going to be a professional breakdancer?
I think my son likes to do this. He paints.
Okay.
He plays the piano. He breakdances. He acts a lot.
Very creative.
Does a lot of that side of the brain is more developed.
Okay, and you and I have a 2-year-old, same age. When did your son turn 2?
He turned 2 on December 28th.
Okay, so mine just turned 2 last Saturday.
Big birthday party?
At a guilt.
Okay.
We birthdayed her out of sheer guilt because it's the second kid, so she has no friends.
Right.
So we went to the local Kidville. Mm-hmm. We invited all of Harper's friends who had younger sisters and brothers mostly. Yeah. And then we did a little, a party at one of those places.
They don't remember anything anyway.
Nothing! I don't remember anything.
You have a picture of the cake?
Of course.
Perfect.
That's all that matters.
That's all I have to.
I really didn't even need anyone else. But yet $1,000 later, and there it was. It's insane.
I did it at home, and I invited a company that brings reptiles.
Oh wow!
My son, and I thought kids are not afraid. My son hated them, and we had to bring his cake in the garage because he would not have anything to do with his party.
That's awesome.
So we have a picture with his birthday cake in a garage full of boxes.
Well, my daughter, the 2-year-old, would not dress up for Halloween. Didn't feature it, didn't like it, didn't understand it. So I have my 3-year-old in costume standing next to my 2-year-old, would not dress up, and that's the picture we have from Halloween.
True.
And you know what? I used to battle it, I used to fight, and then I'm like, what are you going to do? Let them do it.
And my son doesn't like presents.
What?
He's afraid of ripping the paper. Whenever that happens, he freaks out. And even now, taking something out of a bag, he's like, no. So I told people, don't
wrap the presents.
Don't wrap the presents. But
That's
I didn't know that
really
after the fact.
interesting. Okay, here's another one. I love this. Does your son insist on wearing the clothes that he wants to wear every day, or does he not care?
He's a boy.
He doesn't care.
Don't care. They don't care.
God, you're so lucky.
Boys do not care about what they wear, ever. Unless they're super artistic, but no, not even the 8-year-old.
Here's my little one, 2-year-old. I want shirt with sparkles. Those are sparkles.
Yeah.
Sparkles. I'm like, all right, you sound like you got issues. That's enough with the sparkles.
You go shopping together?
No. So we have an interesting division of labor in our house. My partner's staff does clothes and food. Okay. I do literally everything else. So she is the fashionista. I wear jeans and a top, and I'm wearing high top sneakers. So as you know, that's good simple. For me. I'm very simple. She gets them the fancy clothes and the dresses and all of it, and they love it, and that's why they're probably so into it. But it's fun, isn't it? I mean, it's a lot of work. But at the end of the day, when they does he ever just run up to you and give you that mushy, yummy hug?
I just left him for the first time for 2 weeks in England with my husband because he lives there.
Yeah.
And that was my first time away for a long time. And I said, oh my God, how is he gonna react when he's gonna see me?
Yeah.
And he put his head into my neck like this, and he would not leave. And he wanted to go inside of me. It was very cute. So of course you get it.
And then you're like, it's all so good. Yeah. I love it. Okay, really good. First of all, tell me a little bit about what you're doing. Tell me about RA Entertainment. Tell me everything.
No problem. So when I'm free, I organize events. I have an event company, and
entertainment events, and any kind of
most of them are cultural events. They have
events.
Classical concerts, ballet, lots of charity events. The last one I just finished was the Viennese Ball in New York, which is a white tie event. Do you know what that is?
No.
Do you know what black tie is?
Look, I'm wearing gray jeans and a blue shirt.
So you know what a black tie is?
I do know black tie.
Okay, so white tie is one step above black tie.
Oh, wow.
You're not allowed to show your ankles. Men have to wear the tuxedo with a tail.
Really?
Yeah. One guy called me and said, can I wear doesn't mean I have to wear a white tie? You go, no. Go online and read the rules.
Yeah.
The women are supposed to wear gloves, but not and super long, beautiful gowns, extra elegant.
Wow.
It's happening in New York for 62 years. And it's the original Austrians that moved from Vienna to New York. They wanted to continue the tradition of having their opera ball.
And is it a party or is it actually a performance?
It's it's a debutante ball where the young people get introduced into society. The unmarried under 35 that are unmarried, and they get to open the ball with the Viennese Vase.
Wow.
So it's really beautiful.
Where was it?
This year was at the Waldorf Astoria.
Okay.
And a horse carriage opened with real horses opened the ball.
Get out of here.
Spectacular event.
And you had to plan this.
I got to plan part of it. I wasn't the main organizer, but I was a part organizer, and I was so happy to be there. It was such an experience. I think everyone should once go to a Viennese opera ball in their life.
Oh, so the public can go?
You can buy a very expensive ticket.
Yeah.
And go. Yes.
And what do you do if you go? You have to be dressed up.
It's from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. So you have to be very nicely dressed up, otherwise you can't get in. And you get to dance the valse. You have a very super fancy dinner. You get to see the opening of the ball, which is a very traditional dance with a real orchestra. We had 4 different opera singers sing throughout the event.
Okay.
And then at 2 a.m., everyone gets together in the middle of the dance floor, and with the instructions of a dance instructor, they tell you exactly how to dance this curtsy, it's called.
Okay.
They curtsy in front of people, and you mix up and get together, and it's really, really fancy. And
wow.
so that was my last event that I was involved in.
That must have been exhausting.
at some point I had, not just me, all the ladies took out their shoes because you cannot stand in high heels for that long.
Of course.
So it's fun to see all the super fancy gowns and bare feet.
Right.
So
And is that under the guise of RA Entertainment that did that?
Again, I was the organizer of the silent auction part, which also is part of the stuff. There's a silent auction. I was the organizer. I was doing all the goodie bags, the raffle items. It takes a lot of organizers to plan an event like that.
No doubt. And they do once a year?
Once a year, every year in New York.
Oh, is it the Waldorf?
The Waldorf is now closing. It's
Oh, that's
gone.
right,
So
that's
this
right.
was the last year they did it
Yeah.
there. We don't know what we're gonna do next year.
Right. Well, you can do it here if this is enough space. I don't know.
700 people?
700 people. 650, 700. I don't know what max is here.
A huge dance. No, it's not gonna.
Well, you know what? Think about it. Think about it.
I'll find out if there's a
Okay,
big.
don't shut it down yet until you really have
And
other
the
options
horses
on the
can
table.
come through here.
Well, obviously the horses will come
To
through
open
here.
the ball.
Yeah, it'll stink. It'll be perfect. All right. So when you're not catering these unbelievable waltzes, tell me what else is going on.
What else do
with
we
you?
do? So we have a fashion line that Christian.
So I love this shirt.
Thank you. I'll get you one.
Okay, I really love it. I want to wear it.
It's taking off. Like the fashion brand started with as a hobby, and we said, oh, let's have fun. It's a fun saying. No fucks given.
Let's explain why. Tell people. Explain it.
So our last name is Fuchs.
Literally, their name is. I don't even say it like that. I say Fuchs.
Fuchs, which
Because
is
otherwise
cute.
I'm
It's
just
more,
gonna say
you're making it
Fuchs.
more fancy.
I'm making it very fancy. Because Fuchs isn't fancy.
Well, it's
but
an animal.
Fuchs is fancy.
And Fuchs is an animal. It's the fox. That's what it means in German.
Ah.
And when we moved to England, everyone was making fun of our name. And we said, okay, we'll make fun of our name also, and we'll make money with it.
Right.
So we put it on a shirt, we created a logo, no fuchs given. People.
Because it's like, I don't give a fuck.
It means more than just the curse. It means be bold, do whatever you want, rip up the rule book, forget about society, and just go out there and do what you want.
Awesome.
Safely.
Yep.
That's the logo and the motto of
Sure.
our brand. Just be brave, be bold, and go do what you need to do.
Perfect.
So it's
No fuchs given.
no fuchs given, and we just had a major fashion show in Leicester together with a fashion university called the Mount University.
Okay.
And we had Christian rehearsed, and he got on stage and he ripped up his tuxedo and he showed. It was fun. It was a fun show that we put together
Okay.
with real models, with kids. Really a lot of fun, and I cannot wait for the next one
Wow.
because now I see how the fashion world works. I know nothing about it.
I mean, you learn it as you do these
We're
events.
learning, yeah. We're doing these
So and so your logo is the cross the skull
It's
with
the,
no fuchs given.
It's the cracked skull with no fuchs given, and there's many different styles online, especially for the kids one we've added a bow, for the
Oh,
girls,
that's cute.
and the boys have the universe on their skull, so it's all, there's a lot going on around the skull.
So let's stick with this for a second. Where can people find that if they
On our
want
website, nofuchsgiven.com.
Oh, that's really easy.
Very easy.
Plus,
So
it's fun to say, like, hey, I was jumping on nofuchsgiven.com the other day. Oh, you were on nofuchsgiven.com? I also was on nofuchsgiven.com. It's just a very easy,
it's a fun saying and easy to remember.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're doing fashion wear. You've got this catering
Event
company.
Yeah.
You
We have the Fox Soccer Academy.
you have the soccer academy. Do you ever have a day where you're like,
Well,
oh, I have nothing to do today?
You know, it's tax. No, I don't. It's tax season now. That we're
Right.
all working. So my accountant was done with all the taxes, and he called me because I just want to know how do you do everything. And you have 2 kids. I just do it. I don't think about it. I don't. People
Yeah.
judge and they say it's impossible, but we just do it.
Right.
If you're gonna sit and think, you're gonna realize that you're nuts.
You're overwhelmed. You get overwhelmed.
Yeah, you get overwhelmed, but I do have my down moments. I find them at night after everyone's asleep. I'll take my wine,
Right.
watch TV, and
What do you watch?
I'm addicted to the news.
Okay.
So anything news, documentaries. I don't watch any series because they take too much time and it's like a commitment. I cannot do any series.
Okay.
But the news, documentaries, and movies.
Okay. Last movie you saw?
It wasn't good. And I
What
want to
was it?
recommend it. By the Sea.
Manchester by the Sea?
No, By the Sea.
What a ripoff! Some guy's like, hey, listen, let's
Well,
take Manchester by the
It's
Sea,
not
but
just
just do
anyone.
it by the
It's
sea.
not just anyone. It's Angelina Jolie's last movie that she directed with Brad Pitt. About
Oh.
the couple that had a bad relationship, and then they got divorced. So it
It's
was
literally exactly what happened to them.
yeah, and it's a very it's a movie with just the two of them, and if you have to love them to see this movie.
Wow.
It wasn't my favorite.
Okay, give me something that you would recommend that I should see. I have not seen a
Well,
movie.
have you seen the Meryl Streep movie, the Florence?
No.
You have to see it.
Really?
I made my son watch it.
With Hugh Grant?
Oh yes, it's such an amazing movie.
Okay,
And I was also
no one has
non-
said that to me.
I was a non, but it's a real story.
Yeah.
And I love real stories. It happens in New York,
Okay.
Carnegie Hall, where I do a lot of events. So I had this mini connection to it.
Yeah.
And it's about this super wealthy lady who wants to sing at Carnegie Hall, but she can't sing. So what do you do when you have a lot of money?
You buy your way in?
That's what she did.
And Hugh Grant plays well because he was up for an award, I think.
Her husband.
Oh, he's her husband?
Her younger her boy toy.
Oh, wow.
Can you say that?
Yeah.
Her boy toy.
You could say anything you want to say.
They want to beat me out.
Nobody's going to shut you off because they get nervous that they can't hear.
Oh, fine. I'll
Say
remember
it
that
all.
one. Let me digest it first. If you bring me some champagne, I'll say a lot more.
Done and done. I should have known that for last time.
So yeah, that movie I made everyone in my family watch it. My son, my husband, my mother, and I have it there. So in case I get a visitor from Europe, I'm like, you have to watch this movie. It's part of being here.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, because it's a great movie.
Oh, cool.
It's
Very
funny.
cool.
It's funny and it puts you in a good mood.
And then tell me about Christian and what his schedule is like and how that's going.
So Christian.
And by the way, we're talking to Raluca Fuchs, Gold Fuchs. It doesn't work if I say it like that. I have to say it
Do it your
my way.
Yeah.
We're talking to Raluca Gold Fuchs. See how it just
Slows.
a little bit easier. Raluca is the busiest woman I've ever met in my life, and almost as busy, equally as busy as her husband, who's a professional soccer player, plays for Leicester City. Between the two of them, they're basically conquering the world.
We try.
We try. All right, tell me about Christian.
So he plays a lot of soccer. This season, his team is not doing as well as last year. You know, they won.
Well, last year was almost like out of nowhere, total surprise.
So they won last year in England, and it was great. And this year
they won everything last year.
They won the trophy, the big cup. They won.
And they were 5,000 to 1 odds not to win it.
Correct. And they won. But what happened this year?
They didn't do so well.
They're not doing so well.
Okay, why?
No one knows. It's a mystery. It's part motivation, part luck, part. You know, there's no one can point. They lost one player, but that doesn't mean they're gonna go all the way to the bottom of the table. So there's.
But can I make a suggestion?
Tell me.
Is it because, and I don't know what I'm talking about, but because they won, did the league give them a much harder schedule this year?
No, they're playing the same teams. No,
it seemed like a good idea on my part. Like
it's nice. You're being too nice.
I'm being too nice.
No,
okay.
but someone needs to take more credit than that.
Okay.
But, no, unfortunately, they're not doing so well. They were on a very bad streak, if I can say it. So since December, we're now March 1st. They haven't won
a game.
And they
say that one more time.
So
since December
until recently, they play every week. They have not won a game.
Wow.
And it's tough. I might have my stats wrong, but it looked that way. So they went all the way to the bottom of the table, almost, and they were almost in relegation zone, which sends them to the second league, which is a big no-no for champions.
Yeah.
But now they maybe got their fire back. Maybe.
Why? What changed?
One change, and I don't want to believe that it's related because I really like their coach, but the team did fire their coach.
And that's like what we do in our country all the time.
And they do that as well. And it happens that this guy was a really nice guy. So people are like, why would you let someone that won the cup for you go? But he, in sports, coaches get fired.
Right.
And Christian had 8 coaches in the last 4 years, and it's just part of life.
Sure.
In that sport.
Of course.
So now they have no coach. And now that
they just fired him without replacing him?
Yeah.
So get that sport.
Anyway, so yeah,
it's
they have the assistant coach now coaching them. He's the interim coach until they find someone else.
Well, they better hurry up.
But the last game they played, they did really well. They played Champions League, which is a tournament with the best teams in Europe, and they qualified for that last year because they won. Like the top 2 or 3 from each European country playing this other major cup. And I was just in Spain to watch them against Sevilla, and that was really fun.
And they won.
They didn't win, but they scored away, which counts for more points than when you score at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm still learning the rules. So they're doing, maybe there's some fire now.
Well, let me throw out other possibilities. Are they superstitious soccer players?
No, not as much as the owners of teams, but the players themselves, I don't believe they're superstitious. You'll see some of them touch the ground when they go on the field.
Yeah.
But I would say a few are, but not, most of them no.
Because I gotta tell you, I just read, what did I read? Kate Upton, who's she married to? Baseball
Justin
player.
Verlander.
Justin Verlander. He will not have sex with her if he's either going to pitch or coming off a win. There's 3 ways, and she has to wait 6 days if it's like coming off a win or whatever it is. Crazy superstition like that. And she hates it, but she's happy for him. But she says that these superstitions can make or break an athlete. So I'm just wondering if soccer players, sex.
That's crazy.
Of course it's crazy.
Well,
how about the guys that have to wear the same socks every day? Or there's a million different things.
So they do have their routines. Like I know Christian has before each game he has to put on his left socks, like left sock first.
Because somehow that's going to... But why? Because they've been losing all these games. Maybe he should start putting his right sock on
But
first.
the sex part, I don't believe in that. I'll tell you why.
Tell me.
In Europe, or maybe not many sports, players stay in hotels before each game because they're not supposed to have sex, because they have to keep their powers, their manly powers, for this wasted energy during the game.
Do you hear this, Connor?
Yeah, I hear.
Did you ever play sports in high school or college?
Yeah, I played in high school.
And were
What'd
you
you
not
play?
allowed to have sex?
Lacrosse.
Were you sexually active in high school?
Yeah.
No.
Are you asking?
I was just checking to see if my mom was in the room.
She's busy, don't worry, just tell us.
Okay. Now, do you think that would affect your manliness on the field if you had sex the night before a game?
I don't think so. I mean, that's a lot of recovery time. So.
Alright.
Plus, I mean, I was in high school. It's like I live with my parents. So it's not the easiest thing to do.
No. So, you know, it probably took too much effort to even just figure out how to
So
do
maybe it would, yeah, that would take too much effort. Maybe it would affect me.
You're so cute, Connor.
Aw.
Little Connor.
He's like politically correct.
I know,
answer.
he's
like,
trying.
Anyway, but I don't, without going into too many details,
Yes.
I don't believe the sex part, even with this person who's married to Kate Upton. I don't believe that it makes a difference. If anything, you know, they regenerate really quickly from sex, right?
Right. Right. Well, I'll also tell you, I don't believe that putting your socks on first, or touching the ground, or whatever these guys do, they put their pants on backwards then forward, or they have to kiss a door. Like I don't know if I believe in any of that stuff.
But if it works
But if
for
it
them,
makes them believe that they are a different person or whatever, then God bless you and go out and do
more
it.
power, go, you know.
Sure.
If it works for you, then do it. But,
Then do it.
But look at Nadal, he's got 20 million ticks, and it helps him win, right?
Yes, most of the time. The wedgie I would do without. If he could somehow do without having to pick that wedgie before every single serve, I would be very, very
I think
happy.
you should try one size larger, maybe. I mean, don't you think that would help? Why are they so tight? I mean, viewership might be because of his behind, but still.
His
right,
behind.
You know.
Oh, Rafael Nadal and your behind.
Oh, and you know, one of Christian's fans is Gary Ross, he's a movie director.
Okay.
And he's in the middle of filming a movie now, Ocean 8.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Do you know about this?
I don't know. I know the movie.
Yeah, I saw that it was being made.
But I took my son, because my son acts, and I took him to see one of the filmings downtown of a scene. So fascinating to be able to be live when they're filming a scene and they're repeating it 20 million times.
Wow.
With, this scene specifically was with Sandra Bullock, but there's a lot of major actresses in this movie. I think it's coming out next year.
Oh my God, tell us more.
I don't know what else to tell you. I know it's the opposite of Ocean's 11, so it's the female version.
Oh, but it's still Ocean's 11, so is
It's
George
Ocean
Clooney
8.
I mean, Ocean's 8.
Ocean 8. So it's all the powerful women, and I don't know who the guy is.
Oh.
It's the opposite. It's the opposite
Oh,
gender.
wow, yeah.
So that's all I know. I mean, I know the roster, I know the actresses,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna mess up their names, so I don't want
It's
to say
okay.
them. Yeah.
We talked about it over and over. I just shot Homeland. I did 2 episodes of Homeland this year.
How was your experience?
Same thing. We shot our scene 30 times, and our scene was like a nothing scene. It was like the shortest scene ever, and we did it over and 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 over.
I don't
and
think
over again.
people know that they watch movies.
They don't. Because let me tell you, I don't know how these actors continue to be able to bring it, especially if it's an emotional scene or whatever it is, over and over and
the
over
same
again.
intensity.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy.
No, it's really hard.
But there's a lot of cursing in between because my son was wearing the headsets that lets you hear everything that goes on between the director and the assistants and the technical people. And when they were pausing, there was a lot of cursing.
Really?
And I'm like, shut the headsets, don't listen. But anyway.
And how do you know him?
How do we know the director? I think they connected on Twitter.
Oh, he knows Christian.
Yeah, he's a soccer fan.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they know each other better than I know him.
Yeah.
He was nice enough to invite us to watch one of the scenes being filmed.
Very, very cool. I didn't know the whole thing's being done here in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great experience.
So what's the next big thing coming up for you? What are you working on now?
You're putting me on the spot. So I'm in the process with the fashion line to try to get it to more retail locations because we're selling online, we're selling in England and in Thailand, out of all the places. But I want to be able to have a location in New York. So I'm concentrating on that. And now that we have more items, more products in our collection, now I can actually go to stores and say, this is it, see if you like it.
Yeah.
So that's on my agenda. I'm traveling again in a week to go back to England to watch the next game with Leicester.
Okay.
Hopefully they win. I had a dream my husband scored, even though that's not his job. But
Hey,
I don't dream.
He's the goalie. No, I'm just kidding.
But once a year when I dream, I actually remember the dream. I'm like excited. I had a dream, so let's see.
Good.
So I'm going to England again soon. And what else is coming up? I can't.
And do you bring the kids with you every time you go?
So if they're not in school, the older one I will bring him if he's not in school. Otherwise, I just take the baby. I do take the baby.
Is it hard to separate them?
They're very used to it.
Okay.
And the older one is very wise. He says, you should take the baby because the father misses him. So I'm like, oh, you're right, I will take him.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah, they're very caring and they understand the relationship is the way it is and it's not forever this way.
Right.
So we're sacrificing.
Gotcha.
All of them.
And do you live apart all year long?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I go there every 3 weeks. So then I stay there for about a week and he gets the summer few weeks off and then he comes here. But yeah, because of the older one, I'm stuck in New York, but not a place to be stuck.
Right.
Yeah. So it's all good.
And you guys are okay with that? Like you're making it work?
I think the relationship is better because we communicate more than the average couple.
Yeah.
You're apart, so you have no choice to talk, to do FaceTime.
Right.
To, if you're home sometimes every day you get a little bit lazy and you're tired and you're in a bad mood. You come from work.
It's so
you get
true.
lazy. So we put a lot of effort into communication, into working together, parenting together. Whatever we have to do, we do everything together.
And what language do you speak?
I speak Romanian. He speaks German. So together we speak English.
You speak English to him?
Yeah.
Why did I think you both spoke the same language?
No. We tried. I tried learning German. He tried learning. I give him credit. He tried learning Romanian.
Yeah.
We gave up so fast, both of us, because they're both really hard languages.
Right.
And I said, forget it. We'll just speak English.
Do your kids have accents?
No, we do. The kids have no accents.
Okay.
So my son says, I'm the first American in the family because I was born here. Because I was born here. So yeah, they don't. We do.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, when's the next time Christian's coming back?
He's coming here at the end of March. He's dying to go to the Jimmy Fallon show, so we got tickets and we're going. That's his desire.
Awesome.
Jimmy Fallon. That's what's on the agenda. So that's where we're gonna end up doing. And he always has his favorite restaurants that we like to go: seafood, sushi, stuff that doesn't exist where he lives in Leicester.
Right.
He comes here and we make up for it. We go
I
out
love
a lot.
that. You have your whole list of things.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
And he's very jealous that I do a lot of parties at my house.
Yeah.
And he never gets to go to them. So now I have to come up with a reason to make a party for when he's here.
Right.
And I can't. There's no birthday. There's no holiday. So I have to come up with a, get together.
Well, you can do something crazy and do like Passover.
In the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of no month, nowhere.
For an Austrian.
For an Austrian group
who's
of non-Jewish. Yeah. Yeah, like it'll be so random. He'll never see it coming.
Teach them about the holidays.
All right, it's a lot of work for you. It's a lot of work. Let me rethink it. Listen, all my ideas have kind of sucked already today. Let me rethink it just a little bit.
Come up with another reason. I was thinking spring, like a spring party.
Why not spring? Like a daylight savings party, like spring ahead.
Spring ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you all do your clocks at the same time, whatever.
Okay. Yeah,
Do something.
I might do that.
Yeah. Whatever. You don't need a reason to have a party. You're Raluca.
I know. I just like a theme. I want people to come with a theme.
Oh, that's good. And you live in the city?
We're in Harlem.
Oh, you're in Harlem.
We just moved to Harlem. It's a new and upcoming
So you probably have a lot more space than you
We
have.
have space,
Yeah.
and the reason why I want to do a spring party is I want people to come and plant my flowers so I don't get dirty, and I want everyone to come,
Oh, I love planting flowers.
plant one tulip, have champagne, and leave, and then my garden is done.
Oh, that's a
Right,
great
if
way
I-
to garden.
If I
The
invite
only
enough
other better way to garden is for me to leave and come back and it's done.
Yeah,
Like
because
that.
people don't have a garden, right? They live in apartments. So I
Right.
give them the opportunity to get dirty and to
Right,
say
right,
this
right.
is so next time they come over, they say, oh look, my flower grew.
Oh, that's so smart. I
That's
like
an
that.
idea.
That's very
I
cool.
know it's silly, but
Well, if you have 5 minutes when he's here, we should all get together and you can give me like a quick 5-second, here's everything there is to know about soccer in 60 seconds or less.
fine. And but then you have to do a no Fuchs given challenge with him. He does this no Fuchs given challenges.
Tell
It's
me.
a series.
Yeah.
You can check it on the YouTube channel. The
Yeah.
No Fuchs Given channel, and he challenges people, and you guys, it's all
Yeah.
fun.
I'll do anything.
And then
Give me an
whoever
example
loses,
of one thing.
One example of one thing, he just had a comedian in London, or a magician, that's another one. They have to blow 20 candles, but the table is moving, right? So the candles are going around, and they have to blow them while they're moving, and whoever gets to blow more candles wins.
I am so good at blowing.
And
I
the
need to do it.
challenges are fine, but the punishment for the loser usually is the bad
Oh,
part.
like what's the punishment?
You get to have raw eggs cracked on your head,
Oh,
or you
wow.
get to get food on you, or liquids, or you have to turn around and he has to shoot at you with something. It's always a surprise.
I love it. Okay, that's it. That's what we're doing.
Okay, so
Let him come up with a good one.
okay,
You see the space. We
Mhm.
could also go outside. It'll be nice and marked. There's a big hill. Whatever you need to do.
okay.
And
And you do a no Fuchs given challenge.
and we'll do a no Thanksgiving
Good
challenge.
luck to both of you.
You're not participating?
Never.
Beautiful.
I'm right there behind the
That's what I
camera.
love so much about you. Raluca, it's always fun. I love catching up with you.
Thank you.
You've got so much going on. I'm in awe of how much you are doing and still smiling and still looking so fresh and young. All of it. And enjoy the next couple of weeks. Enjoy your game out there. And then come back and hang with us.
Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. I want that shirt because I'm going to wear it as soon as I get it.
You got
I'm
it.
wearing it
You gotta get
on
it.
this.
Okay.
See that? It's going to be on this. See her? It's me.
Yep.
Thank you.
Small.
You're just a little small. All right, come back soon. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
What size?
Hmm?
What size are you? So I can send it to you.
I don't know. What size do you think?
I think
Small.